Greetings and welcome back to Switched to Linux. So today we are going to have a quick look at Gecko with Budgie. This is one of the newer builds. In fact, the long-term stable one, which one is that? That's not Tumbleweed. Leap, I think Leap is their LTS, does not have the Budgie yet. This one does. So we're going to go ahead and have a look at that. And just in a virtual box, just to have a gander, and we'll see what that looks like. So we'll jump over to comments first. So greetings, everybody. Let's see. Wow, lots of folks here. D8400. Awesome. Welcome to the first live stream. Hello, Isaiah Briggs. Eventually, you will be able to catch us pretty regularly with TOS because we are planning a joint podcast, which I believe we're going to be doing live. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Guys, think OpenSUSE and Fedora are good distros for those who care about the proprietary stuff. Well, Fedora and OpenSUSE are both distros that stick to that hardcore open source only philosophy. That's why it's sometimes harder to get them running as well. In fact, the one we're looking at today is Gecko Linux is OpenSUSE with the proprietary stuff in it, like the non-free stuff in it. And so the distros themselves, if you want to stick to a purely open source philosophy, those are the best distros to stick with. But if you do need to use, the non-free drivers and things, look at the Corora in place of Fedora and Gecko in place of the OpenSUSE. And so that's kind of my thought on that. Hello, Albert Crow and Inane Ethers. Greetings. Pizza 11 Nerd, I will look at that repair on the website at a later time. I have too many other bigger fish to fry right now. But yes, thank you for pointing that out. I will add it to my list. LJ, greetings, Chicago. Emily Mark, hello. Alright, so he uses Zorin OS and a dual boot configuration with Windows 7 for some of those crazy things you still need Windows 7 for. Alright. Don't you get so many crashes? I'm guessing one of those is crashy. All right, one point I did when I was using the Core Edition. So yeah, there's I think there's a Core Edition, which I believe has everything, and they have the Lite Edition, and I believe the Lite Edition is free, and the Core Edition you have to pay for, if I'm remembering my Zorin correctly. And I did do at least one review, maybe a few more of it in the past, or quick looks really is what I did with those. Let's see. So Isaiah Briggs uses Windows for Overwatch. There you go. Only Windows game I play is Sim 2. Bummer we can't get that working in Linux. Let's see. Could use Linux for Overwatch if I had more powerful graphics card. Okay. Something to add to the wish list. Alright, let's see. Pizza 11 Nerd, already addressed that one. Greetings though. Expect the PC nerd. Exit XB the PC nerd. All right, let's see what else we have on the comments. Alexander, greetings. Yeah, there is one version of Zorin that is definitely paid. You have to pay for it. You can't just enter a 0. And there is one that is free. Unless I'm wrong. I mean, maybe that changed. It looks like D8400 uses Zorin more than I do. He might know better. Spider Eyes, squeak to you as well, sir. Or ma'am, I guess. I'm not sure if you're a guy or a girl. I assume you're probably a guy based upon the stats on my channel. Let's see. Anything else? Elementary that usually used to do it. Elementary? Yeah. I mean, and I've found actually as I'm doing more elementary videos, they're getting just as many views and quite a bit less hate because I think a lot of people are like, yeah, we tried to use elementary, but it just didn't work well. And I think that that's one of those things about it. Budgie. Spider Eyes can't take seriously anything called Budgie. Budgie's actually one of those modern OSs, like a modern desktop environment that I actually really like. There's some things I really like about the Budgie Desktop, which came from Solus, actually. The Solus guys are the ones that made it. Carbon Programmer, greetings. And I think you might be the only one that speaks Mandarin, but I don't know. I thought Isaiah was throwing some things around. I don't know. And yes, you can put Unity 7 on the new Ubuntu. I've never done it personally, but I have seen lots of people talking about it. Unity was GNOME done right. There you go. That works. Oh boy, I lost my place. Oh man. Google needs to fix this comment thread. If you get too close to the bottom and scroll down, it jumps to the very bottom. It's really annoying because I end up missing a lot of stuff. Yes, I'm the evil Bond villain with the kitty cat. Meow. Alright, her is trying to get rid of cache and have cashless money system. That's kind of scary. Debian in the back. Yes, I am running Debian on the computer behind me. Because I am done with elementary. I have washed my hands of that mess. Greetings, Rug Monkey and Demiano. Hello there. Alright. Kitty, stay away from my cords. Kitty's like getting too close to my cords over there. Hello, Joe Johnson. Hello, Noah. Alright. Hello, Spotty Sylvia. Hello, Keegan. Switch to Arch, Manjaro, and loving it. Yeah, Manjaro is pretty cool. Ultimate is paid, Core is free. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the correction on that. Vivaldi, hello, Trenzato. Arch is good, but Pac-Man is a pain in the butt. A little bit. How's the weather? It's not super sub-zero. It's right around freezing point at this point in time, which I'll take. I mean, over what we were working with. So, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I've reached the bottom of the comments. I think we can actually start the video now. That would be great, wouldn't it? All right. So we are going to have a look at Gecko today. So here's the Gecko Linux website. This is geckolinux.github.io. And so you can come over here and have a look at Gecko. So basically, this is OpenSUSE with some proprietary drivers in it. So if you are wanting to use OpenSUSE and you're fighting with proprietary drivers and things like that, then go ahead and check out Gecko, because Gecko is going to have a lot of the proprietary stuff, a lot of things that you really need to spend some time with in OpenSUSE to get working correctly. You will find that on Gecko. So if you come over to the download button, you can see all the various varieties that you have. So we have Cinnamon, we have, now the top ones are static, so I think these are corresponding to like the Leap editions of OpenSUSE. So we have Cinnamon, XFCE, GNOME, Plasma. There's a bare bones, which I misspoke about that before. If I remember correctly, the bare bones is just the terminal install, so you can install different functions that you want. We have LXQT and we have Mate, and you'll notice that Budgie says it is unavailable. The rolling edition, which is much like the OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, we have all of those, plus we have Budgie. So I've installed the rolling Budgie on the VirtualBox. So you can click on these, and I actually just downloaded the directly from SourceForge, but it actually downloaded, there's either 1 or 2 gig. I downloaded a few different things today. So it's 1 gig download, and actually I downloaded it in like 5 minutes. So it was not very difficult, or pretty quick. All right, so with that being said, what we get after that is just basically OpenSUSE, but it has some proprietary drivers installed. So what I'm going to do now is I'll boot up the VirtualBox, and I'm going to go ahead and power that on. And while we're doing that, we're going to look at the comments, and I just missed moving the comment stream off. And come back over here. Bring that back to full screen. That'll go ahead and get started. So it actually does say it's loading OpenSUSE. So that's kind of one of those small detail things that the system tends to do, is it'll say it's loading up OpenSUSE rather than Gecko. So whatever your thoughts on that happen to be. And we are now in the startup mode. So while that starts up, let me just read a few comments over here. Get some sleep, LOL. Me? I'm exhausted. Kitty's a nice pillow, though. All right. Pizza Lovin' Nerd. At Pizza Lovin' Nerd. Someone hates it. All right. What is it? Manjaro, I'm guessing? I'm not sure. Joe Johnson and Pizza Lovin' Nerd are about to duke it out. Awesome. All right. Let me go ahead and log in over here. That guy logged in. You'll see that the VirtualBox extensions work great. It'll shoot itself up to full screen mode for you. And then here we have our Budgie, and let's see. I think I might need to move my picture, but I think we're going to be pretty good. All right, so now that we are on the desktop, we have a language installer up at the top. You did select your language when you first started. It is set up here, and we actually have here items pinned to the taskbar. So we have the file manager and we have Firefox. So all I did on this is I installed it and I ran the basic updates. And this looks like it's actually running an older version of Firefox. So let's go ahead and have a look at our version. Let's go ahead and add our menu bar and look at what version Firefox. 51. That's old. That's like moldy and crusty. I have no idea why this is such an old version of Firefox. But yeah, they're running an old version of Firefox. Makes me wonder if everything else is this old. Of course, on Budgie, the Budgie Desktop, let's look at the desktop environment first and some of the initial challenges that I've seen. First is on the Budgie Desktop, these guys down here are effectively like pinned to the taskbar. They're not like quick launch buttons. And that's actually one of the annoyances that a lot of people had indicated on Budgie, is that we want a way to add a launcher instead of just a pin to the taskbar. Now you can actually, in the Budgie settings, if I can find the Budgie settings, actually I didn't even look for that this time. Inside the Budgie settings, you can actually add items to your taskbar. And depending on which version of Budgie they're using here, and it might actually be an older one. So if it is, the settings for it might be back in Budgie itself. I've gotten really familiar with this running Manjaro Budgie, which I believe was the more recent version. So we'll kind of look around at some of the other items. But regardless, somehow you can add extra items to the panel there. We'll try and figure that out as we go through. I am seeing older software, so I'm wondering if we have an older version of Budgie. Now, one of the other challenges that I encountered is I'm going to go ahead and hit the menu button, and what you see is it shoots up at the top and then throws down to the bottom. The same thing will happen if you launch up items over here. A few different places I've seen things launched up. Actually, you probably won't see that one because it's behind my picture, but it is actually appearing at the top and then shooting itself down to the bottom. So there's a little bit of the shakiness in the install, and I don't know if that has to do with the fact that we are on a virtual box or if the fact that this is Gecko. I've not seen that type of thing before. It's minor. It's not something to be like, that sucks. But if you just, I'll hit the menu again, watch in the upper left corner, you'll see the menu up in the upper left before it shoots down to the lower left. So you'll see that it kind of jumps around a little bit. So you also have what they call the Raven menu, which is down here at the bottom, right of the screen, and you hit this, and of course that's where my image is going to kind of get in the way. So I'm going to go ahead and move me to the other side of the screen and go down and do that again. So here is where you have your Raven menu. Now, one of the things I really liked about Budgie that they did really well, and this is an older version, by the way. I can tell this is an older version of Budgie because the settings is actually in the Raven menu, not in your settings panel. That is one of the things that they have changed. So the settings are actually here. We'll pull them up. What I liked about it is you get your notifications over here in this panel, and then we have applets over here so we can see the calendar. But if you ever do things like video conferencing or other things in Linux, like on KDE, as much as I love KDE, I get a challenge where sometimes you plug things in and you're not utilizing the inputs or the outputs you are anticipating that you are using. This allows you to really quickly from the Raven menu select what are your inputs and what are your outputs. And that is a really useful part of the distro itself. And you can even turn these on or turn these off. We have a settings panel up here. So this is how I can tell that this is an older version. So despite this is a rolling release of Gecko, and this rolling release of Gecko was just released, in fact, it was on Distro Watch today, is why I decided to look at it, is it's weird that it's as new as it is. They have a really old version of Firefox. They have an old version of Budgie. So it makes me wonder, how rolling is this release? I just don't know. And I'm not up on all of the what versions are everywhere. We do have a toggle on or off dark theme, toggle on or off this. We have our widget themes, our icon themes. So if you don't like your icons, and I'm not a huge fan of these particular icons, let's go with Adwaita because I like those better. We have our cursor themes. I'm not all that concerned about the cursor themes. For your backgrounds, you can turn on or turn off your desktop icons over here. So you'll see that you can very quickly do that directly from here. Now, again, in a more modern version of Budgie, you're going to find all of these settings in a separate panel inside your main system settings panel. And then, let's see, I'm not sure what disable uni redirect is. So for the panel, here is the place on the bottom panel where you can add applets. So we have our menu, we have a spacer, we have an icon task list. So if I launch up, for example, Firefox here, you'll see that it will not actually give me the typical Firefox thing that a person might be expecting. Now, you may want those, you may not want those. If you do happen to want those, then you want to come over here to your panel. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and click Add, and I believe is it Task List, I believe it is, we want to add. And then, of course, we can move things around a little bit if we want to do that. So you see that it's here in the center. You see start, center, and end. We'll just go ahead and I wasn't sure if you could drag that or not. So now it's actually over where you normally would want it. Maybe you do want it in the center. You can go ahead and do that. So you can add various items to the front or to the center in Budgie. I just like the way this is built out, and I'm kind of indifferent whether it's built into the settings panel here or whether it's built into the system. It pretty much does the same thing. The only thing is, as you're looking at your widgets, there is no launcher item, and that's one of the things that a lot of people have actually asked for. I believe there is a show desktop button, so I'm going to go ahead and add that, and I actually want to put that way at the far end, because that's actually the way I like setting up my computers, so I can just very quickly click on this guy, go back to my desktop, Raven menu's right next to it, and here's my power button as well. You actually can see that as I hit the power button, you'll see it's in the top before it's in the bottom. So there's some little smoothness that's a little not quite as smoothed out as I'd like it to be. But as far as that, this is the only time I've seen that on Budgie. And overall, these are the contributing factors to Budgie. Now, another disadvantage people like is you can't really edit or change the menu, and it is a little boring, and you really can't do anything else with it. It does have everything you need. It has a search functionality. It's separated by categories, but you really can't do much else with the menu. So that's kind of what the menu looks like. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at some comments, and then we'll jump into the next part. I think next we'll look at what is installed by default, and then we'll go ahead and tinker with it a little bit more. All right. Do upcoming cashless Chinese society next tinfoil hat time. That sounds like a fun thing I might want to do. I think I might look into that and see if it's viable. Had some problems with it not displaying thumbnails correctly. Watch your Linux video. Linux virus video made me laugh. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, I guess maybe I'll cover this cashless Chinese society. That sounds like a fun thing to cover. Gecko, same fella selling the insurance. Yes, it is. Yes. If you use Gecko, you can save another 15% on your car insurance. Don't forget, if you use Windows, you're used to all the other crap that goes along with the Windows telemetry and everything else. But if you want to save 15% on car insurance, you use Gecko for your Linux. There you go. All right, Geico, pay me money now. I did an ad for you. And by the way, I hate Geico. What are the examples I'm talking about? All right. Tennessee, and thanks. I'm only 12, so I'm kind of limited on what I can do. There you go. Okay, Gecko is a spin. I think the website lacks some info about the distro itself. I didn't cover all of it, but yeah. Gecko Linux, saving you 100% more than on software. There you go. There you go. I'm going to make a new series for beginners with my friend who's a new user. Awesome, Noah. That's cool. I'll have to check him out when I say, oh, see, look at that. Like, it just shot my comments down to the bottom there. All right. All right. Clicked on your live stream and then Firefox crashed. All right, well, you know. I'm just too awesome for Firefox. That's it. I am too awesome for Firefox. I'm looking for the new web browser, the kitty browser. Is that Brave, maybe? I don't know. All right. Let's see. What issue installing stuff with Pac-Man? I found Pac-Man to be awesome. Haven't had any issues. As far as me, I actually like Pac-Man. I just can't remember all the commands. I'm just too used to Debian. That's my problem. I'm so used to Debian, I just can't remember how to do things in anything else. Gonna stream today, then I saw a Switch Linux stream, so I decided not to. Pizza Loving Nerd, you can stream after I'm done. I'll try and actually wrap this up by, hopefully by 8. I have a boatload of things I need to do, and, you know, things like that. So, forget to have your coffee. Me? I need more coffee, that's for sure, but I don't know. Is this XFCE? No. The one I'm using right now is Budgie. Arch user repository only as good as people who submit them. Yes, that is true. That's why they do a warning on Manjaro. You ever had the chance to talk on Spadetree when he was active on here? Switched. I have not. Just kind of scanning through comments. My channel gets so many comments now that I'm just kind of scanning. Right click on an app and pin. Well, I'm thinking you're talking about the launcher button. The thing is, I want a launcher, not a pin. Pinning things to the taskbar irritates me to no end. It's launchers that I want, and they behave in different ways. That's why, yeah, that is a method to pin them, but I don't want them pinned. I want a launcher. Usually, actually, when I run Budgie, I actually run a Cairo doc is actually how I solve it, because I can set up Cairo doc to behave exactly as launchers. So that's actually what I do when I run it. Haven't checked out Gecko Linux yet, or any SUSE based. Yeah, I have a nice SUSE Enlightenment, but it's kind of broken. It won't install updates anymore, and so I kind of want to probably wipe it and put something else on it. Hate people in Linux community. It gets crazy for using stuff like Discord just because it's not open source. Yeah, that's a little annoying. I won't use Discord because I find their website beyond annoying and I find their staff unprofessional. That's why I won't use Discord. It has nothing to do with open or closed source. Why does Skype on Linux not have audio control? Microsoft is stupid for... I don't know. Because it's Microsoft. They're crazy. Didn't like that spin appearance. Budgie seems very old and not quite well done. I don't know. I mean, the newer versions, like this is like, so this is an older version of Budgie. I love the newer versions. Newer versions of Budgie actually totally rock. Greetings, Pseudo Linux. Out for the night. See you later, man. The theme doesn't fit. Yeah, we'll look at the themes and stuff a little bit in a bit. When will Plasma Mobile Developer fix the cellular bug thing? I reviewed it at the worst time. There was a bug that you couldn't call or text. I have no idea. I've wanted to give Plasma Mobile a try, but I just looked at it and said, there's just too many problems. And so, Lineage does everything I want. I want a phone I could get secure, I could get open source, and it works. Lineage does all that, so I stopped looking beyond that. William Ness, still better than Elementary. Windows 10 is better than Elementary. Tried Pulse Audio Volume Control. There's something you could try. Ooh, I think I'm almost to the bottom of the comments. Well, maybe. Almost. Getting there, getting there. Cassius means more control over people. Yes, it does. Kind of like Minority Report. The guy needed some money, so he needs an eye transplant. Well, he's trying to hide from people. That's why he needs the eye transplant. Then he had to get money because their money, not only was your identity linked to your eyeballs, but so was your bank account. And that's the scary part. Because in a cashless society, they can just turn you off. Turn you off. Pseudo Linux, they're going to make it so you need to pay with electronic devices like your phone or other devices. Yeah, no chance for me. I don't know. Budgie was based on GNOME. That's why it doesn't have many customizing options. They have enough customizing options that I like it. And like I said, if somebody said, sure, you have to stop using Cinnamon and use a modern distro, it would be Budgie. Because I like Budgie. I don't know why. I like Budgie. It's really cool. I mean, I still like Cinnamon better, of course, but when I was running Manjaro Budgie, I had zero problems with that system. I like doing the pros and the cons. I couldn't find enough cons to necessitate a video. There were a few little tiny annoying things, but overall, I didn't have much issue with that. But Microsoft needs to stop taking out features. That's the problem, is Skype is just messing things. Hello, Anarita. Greetings. Didn't have time. Apple and Intel trying to slow down old hardware, drive sales. Yeah, I covered a little bit of that, I think. An ad for you, by the way. I hate Geico. There you go. Yup. They're already trying to do so in China. How much time before they do the same in other countries? Fortunately, though, it's China, and not a lot of countries are looking to China as trendsetters. That's the fortunate part about it. But still, once one society implements it, it's going to be hard to not implement it other places. Look at Pale Moon so far. I will look at Pale Moon. I want to control the underground migration, like people from North Korea using cache. Yep. Pac-Man is S. SYI and Pac-Man R. Yep. Cashless is very bad in many ways. That's right. Love Arch, but sometimes you trip over wires. So I love Manjaro. They set up i3 very nice. Yep. New series, Friend, coming out in February. All right, cool, Noah. Let me know when that is. Should make a video about music players in different browsers on Linux. I think I have a video about both of those, but I'll look at more. Pizza Loving Nerd likes Discord. That's cool. As long as it works fine for you, that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to save my comments there. And, ooh, I'm almost to the bottom, actually. I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. Found another panel and configure it to use the whole horizontal vertical space and add a taskbar there. I believe it behaves almost exactly like a dock. Yeah, the one thing, though, is you can't get it, so when you click on the items, it will always launch a new instance. That's the functionality I need in a launcher. Hannah Montana Linux is greater than Elementary OS. I agree. Tried Basilisk. I have not tried Basilisk yet. Thought Discord was something used only for gamers and stuff. Well, the thing is that they have really become a good Skype alternative because they've implemented the video conferencing and things like that Skype does. And when Skype went all rainbows and flowers and purple unicorns, then they kind of stepped up. It's just they need to get a professional staff. I won't work with it because they're just so unprofessional over there. Manjaro is the Hillary Clinton distro of Linux. I don't know. It depends on what you feel about Hillary Clinton. All right, I'm going to save my comments there and move back to the distro. All right, so we've already looked at the Budgie setup. Now let's go ahead and have a look at what is installed in this. So under your accessories, we have our file manager, and I have no idea what file manager is installed in this. GNOME file manager, I'm guessing. We have a G-Calculator, Qt4 settings, G-Edit text editor, Paraclete, and we can search for files. Under graphics, we have G-Thumb, LibreOffice Draw, and a simple scanner. We have Firefox, Pigeon, Thunderbird, and Transmission under Internet. Office, the full LibreOffice suite. So we have, actually, no, we do not have the databasing software. It looks like we have everything for LibreOffice except the databasing software. Sound and video, we have Clementine, which is a very nice choice, actually. And that's actually what I have in my other OpenSUSE. That's actually when I got used to Clementine. And I actually really like Clementine. I'll go ahead and load that guy up real quick. Well, that's loading. Let's go ahead and have a look at the rest. Pulse Audio, and we have VLC. Sundry, we have printer settings. Clementine, where are you, Clementine? Oh, my Clementine, where are you, my Clementine? Are you loading? Apparently, Clementine does not want to load. That's okay. It's not cool. System settings, you can actually click on this, but everything else, I believe, is in the system panel there. Let's go ahead and just pull that up. Yeah, like, where is... Poor Clementine. Load, please. Pretty please. With sugar on top. Yeah, it's not giving me Clementine. Let's go ahead and load up VLC as well, if I can. Can I load? Okay, there's VLC. All right, so when these guys are loaded and something's playing, you'll actually see it down here in the Raven menu. And so that's actually another nice feature, and you can actually close it right from in the Raven menu. That's another thing I liked about it, is that in some of the other GNOME-based distros, when you are running a music player and you stop it, there's nowhere to go and turn the thing back on. It's crazy. This actually has the ability. So they've solved a lot of the challenges that GNOME had. That's, I think, why I like it. It's like GNOME that works. They've fixed a lot of the issues and the challenges. Utilities, we have the Archive Manager. They gave us a tweak tool. Yay! Unlike Elementary, we have a tweak tool. Document Viewer, Image Viewer. I'm sorry, I'm still a little saucy on Elementary. I just got rid of it. And we have a System Monitor. Let's load up the System Monitor if we can and see how much system this is taking. So not a lot, 700 megabytes, so not a lot of processing power, so that's actually really good. For whatever reason, Clementine's not loading. I'm not sure if I have a bad install or something else. Maybe we'll try and update it or something. So inside of our systems setting, everything you would expect, we do have a tweak tool installed. This was installed by default. So we can make adjustments to, here we can add our home folders back on. I actually use those things. Here is our fonts. If you want to increase the font size, you can go ahead and do that. Keyboard and mouse. Here's your power. Startup applications. I'm going to remove that because that's annoying. I don't know why these Linux distros keep coming with HP Manager. I hate HP as a company. I hate anything related to HP, and so bye-bye. I'm going to kill you later, HP. Like, uninstall from the computer, I mean. You know, let someone take it out of context and start producing meme videos that I'm a psychopathic killer or something. You know, I'm not. Just referring to uninstalling applications I don't like. But there's our tweak tool. We have a Decon Editor that is installed in here by default. Looking at the backgrounds pre-installed. Ooh, we have our classic OpenSUSE background. Let's go ahead and do that. And it looks like I have really no other options. I cannot even go back to that desktop picture that I had. Okay, I guess we're stuck with this one that doesn't even seem to actually work right. Okay, I select, please. Okay, I guess we're going with a solid black color for our desktop. There's some things about this that are just not working right. Under your privacy settings, our screen lock is turned on, location services is turned off, usage and history on, purge trash, temporary files is off. Search settings, you can actually determine where search is, I believe. Here's our displays, network, nothing out of the ordinary here. Now, if you are using an OpenSUSE system, all of your updates and all of your packaging is configured in YAST. And so you will, just to click on that, you will have to enter your password. And then when we get YAST, now I was having a couple of small problems with this here. So what we're going to do is, I'm not going to click on that media check because that was giving me a problem. So here we have our software, we have our hardware, we have our system, and you'll see that what it's doing here is just kind of taking you down to each section. So under online update, if you click on this guy, it's going to go ahead and check for online updates. This is the part that I have had some issues with OpenSUSE in the past and how it grabs things, because if it can't find something from a repository, it seems to completely fail out entirely. And that in and of itself for me was just a little on the weird side. So in that respect, I was like, I don't know. And that's actually why I can't update my other one. So that's your online update, which gives you package updates to your main system. Your software is controlled over here. So you can actually do package groups over here. I'm going to go ahead and do a search for that HP stuff. Hey, look at that. We have some HP things. Let's see. HP printing, scanning, faxing stuff. We're just going to go ahead and cancel that, whatever that wants to do. All right, so if I hit the accept, we'll go ahead and, let's see, deinstallation. I don't care if I make the system unstable, and I'm not remembering what everything there does. Okay, automatic changes. So it's deleting the packages that we don't want installed there. So this kind of basically behaves sort of like a Synaptic package manager if you're used to that. Now I'm going to look for Clementine. I'm going to we're going to see if I can do a, there we go. I'm just going to hit an update unconditionally, force it to reinstall itself. Let's see if that fixes my Clementine problem. Okay, the other thing in the software manager inside of an OpenSUSE system is you can actually come over here to your package group. So if you're looking for, you know, either games or whatever else, this is where you find this. And again, it's not the best for a new user who's just kind of searching for games and things, because you're not going to be able to search by descriptions and things like that. But what you will see here is that you'll see a lot of the packages here that you'd be used to. In general, you're going to find pretty much anything out there. You'll see you can actually come in here and install a lot of things related to other desktops, things like that, administration tools, etc. So there are a lot of options inside of here. Also inside of here under your hardware, here's your hardware information, bootloaders, languages, network configurations, mail servers, firewall. So there's a lot of different things inside of the system that you can do. We're going to go ahead and see if Clementine will load at this point in time. See if the update actually fixed it. It looks like it did not. Oh, it did. There you go. That's all I need to do then, is I just need to go ahead and re-update it. So what I liked about Clementine is it had an organization structure that's sort of like the old Windows Media Player, which is my preferred type of option. That's why my favorite Linux media player to this day still is Banshee, because it's pretty much exactly it. But this gives me all of the functionality that I would want for that, and I can do some online internet-y type things as well. So that's actually why I liked Clementine. That's a good choice. And again, you'll see that when I launched it and I closed it, it did remain open inside of Raven. To close it, I just click it out of the box over there. So that's that. Let me know in the comments here the other things you'd like to see. We're going to jump back over here to the feed and run through this, and then see what else I actually want to do on this before we wrap this video up, which I kind of want to do in the next 20 minutes or so. All right, actually, let's go ahead and do kitty comments. Kitty comments, there you go. Some people might like to see the kitty, so we'll do this round of comments with the kitty. My wife tried cinnamon gooey and she loves it. Converted her to it, talking about too much, Tom, but that is okay. It gives me something else to do. All right. Oh, what kitty? Difference between what China is doing and Bitcoin is Bitcoin is decentralized and the Chinese system is centralized. Yes. Is awesome equals Budgie. I like Budgie. So if Budgie equals awesome, switch to Linux says true condition. Okay. Manjaro is a distro created by liars, made for liars. Woohoo! Somebody try Leary OS. If I remember it and I see it, I'll try it. Renard, greetings. Am I better off using AMD than Intel? Spectre and Meltdown are a pain. All right, that's kind of funny, because as of right now, if you have an AMD computer running Windows 10, don't update it. It seems to be bricking your Windows installations. You can get it back by reinstalling Windows. So I'm not sure if they've pulled the patch yet or if they've fixed the patch yet, but right at the time it was rolling out, it was bricking AMD computers. So Intel's received a massive performance hit and AMD processors got bricked. I guess I'll do the thumbs up right here because that's where you can see it. So I don't know. I'll tell you, we just went computer shopping for a friend of mine, and we're going to be running Ubuntu Studio on his computer because he's into content creation stuff. And we exclusively were shopping for an AMD. So that's what I'm doing as of right now, is I'm shopping for AMD, because the slowdown has more to do, I think, with the Windows patches, but I'm not 100% sure about that. I just haven't dug into do it that deep yet. But I'm guessing it'll probably slow down Linux too. I just don't know. So, yeah, they're both a pain in the butt. Greetings, Highwits. thank you very much for the sub, man. Noah says, sorry typo. I'm not sure what the typo. I'm guessing it was Budgie. I don't know. I don't get it. Okay, you should do a tinfoil hat time focusing on what is happening in China. I will be looking into that. Guess using Manjaro makes me good at lying. There you go. You had problems with Manjaro Budgie. The camera forgot. Oh, I did forget already. Yes, I did have problems with the camera on Manjaro. You are right. The camera gave me the problems. Although I never figured out if that was having to do with the fact because the camera rarely works well on that computer. It does enough, but yeah, maybe I did have problems with the camera. I think you're right. I did forget about that. Yes, I guess I'm growing old. In my brains are rotting out of my head apparently. Should I get Plasma Mobile on my iPad? Yep. See ya, Carbon. Be awesome with Plasma Connect. Okay, Plasma Mobile removes the distraction, so it just keeps me on with the day. I'm waiting for the bug fix though. What do I think of WPS Office? I hate it. WPS Office is closed source software. I thought it was Chinese. It might be Chinese. It is closed source software. They have a very freaky EULA, and I don't think it brings anything other positive to the marketplace. Alexander Divdor says, Clementine rocks. I agree with you. I like Lollipop better than Clementine. Yeah, Lollipop's actually pretty cool, too. Budgie Desktop is not using icon-only task manager in the panel. When did this happen, and why was I not aware of it? Budgie Desktop that's not using icon-only task manager in the panel. You talking panel, or are you talking with the Raven menu? Alright, let's see. Budget, let's see. Rip Clementine. Aw, don't rip Clementine. It's working now. I got it working. Ultimate multitasking, Minecraft and live stream. Alright, there you go. DE needs a tweak tool. It's a bad DE. That's why I go with WM instead. Yeah, KDE doesn't have the tweak tool. Yeah. Not a racist. I'm starting the truth. Okay. You've not paid your $75 yearly. You cannot access Windows 10. Please pay $75. Access your PC. Thanks. You get desktop icons, or does this ship with the version of Nautilus where the feature was removed? Yeah, this version, desktop icons, is there, and I thought in the Raven menu you can turn that on. I don't think you need the tweak tool to do that. I'm not sure if this Raven had that option or not, but I know in the tweak tool, which comes pre-installed on this one, you can. This is an older version of Budgie, though. Also, everything related to HP. Yep. I stopped using HP when I was a grad student, and I spent the last couple $100 I needed to buy a PC to finish my dissertation, and the thing never worked out of the box. And I sent it back to them. They're like, it looks like it was dropped. I'm like, well, maybe it was dropped at the big box store, but it never worked from the day I had it. They wouldn't honor a warranty on it, and so I said, you know what? I'm going to go into computers and steer everyone I can away from HP. So there you go. That's why I don't use HP. I think the computers are quality computers, but if you have to, they will not honor their warranties. They will not honor their support. So I won't work with them. I will not have their stuff. HP equals horrible products. I agree. James Miller, greetings, sir. HP makes the best printers. I think HP makes some of the worst printers. Come on, man. They print 5 pages and say you're out of ink. Pay us another $50 for another 3 pages. This Budgie seems buggy. It does seem a little buggy, and I'm not sure if it's the distro or if it's old version of it, or I'm not sure what it is. But yes, it is Budgie. But this Budgie is buggy. And this buggy is Budgie. Yes. Epson better than HP. I use Brother printers personally. I've never had a problem with Brother printers. Watching this on my distro testing computer. Just got it. It's an HP Compact from 2011. i3 4 cores, 4 gigs of RAM. Nice! For $100, that's a good deal. Yast is so confusing. It might be. My face. What about my face? Distro's laptop is Dell XPS 13 2012 Developer Edition. Comes with Ubuntu. Got free because my uncle works for getting Work was getting new computers. Sweet. You hate HP, and here I'm rocking 2 HP laptop, 1 HP desktop, 1 HP printer. So far, they've been good. Then again, my next computer will be a Dell or a Lenovo. Yep. All right, since your next one's going to be a Dell or a Lenovo, I won't put you in timeout. All right, let's see. Clementine is a nice media player, but it lacks some modern design. All printers are scams. The thing I like about the Brother printer is I can disable the page count mechanism, so the thing will continue to print until the lines start showing up because it's legitimately out of toner. I get an extra 1,000 pages on my lasers because of that. I mean, that's how fast they run those toners out. If you don't, in Brother, you can turn the setting off without having to fight with it. So I'll go back to using dot matrix printers. There you go, dot matrix with the old ink ribbon. That's the way you go. I can hear a cat purr. Yes, this cat purrs very loud. Yep, the goodies are right up there. The goodies are right there. Oh, he sees the goodies. He's like, is that goodies? Is that SpongeBob comic in the background? Yes, that is a SpongeBob comic. It is actually a statement from 1 Corinthians. The statement, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger from Satan to torment me 3 times. Hey, Paul, what you doing? Is that a letter, Paul? So, it's SpongeBob annoying the Apostle Paul. And I think I'm going to have to wait. No, I got it. So I wasn't sure I was going to get that back on the wall. So, yes, that is... and I hate SpongeBob. SpongeBob, to me, is an abomination. Give me SpongeBob stuff, I tend to shoot it. So one of the kids that I mentored gave me that comic. And so I was like, yeah, I need to frame that and hang that on the wall. Let's see. I use PC from Dad's old work for free. HP Elite book. Yeah. Core i7 8-core. Nice. Yeah, I'd take a free HP any day, actually. Is anyone else hearing switch to Linux audio cracking? It's probably the cat purring. James Miller loves Manjaro cinnamon. Sweet. CJ's not supposed to be on the desk. As long as his back feet are not on the desk, he's okay. He's allowed to go here if I'm sitting on the desk. If his back paws are on the desk, that's when he's got a problem. He's got to come down. Had a flicker in the internet there for a second. I'm wrong, but I do remember that Libreoffice is going to use a ribbon on their next major release. Oh God, I hope not. I hate that stupid ribbon. It's so annoying. I think there's an option you can turn one on now, but I hate the ribbon. I'd rather just how it is. Give me the ability to add and remove the things that I want up there without having to fight with a stupid ribbon. And, is it here? No. Is it here? Is it no? Is it here? Is it no? I want a button. If I don't use it a lot, I'll take it down. If I use it a lot, I'll put it up. Hate Manjaro because it's garbage. I switched to MX Linux, which I love because everything works. Ever since I switched the profile picture, I've been getting cat videos. There you go. Hey, Anthony. Greetings, Australia. Will you ever get a System 76 computer? The problem is they're expensive, and I'm a cheapskate. I mean, the last computer I bought was my Dell Inspiron 7558, and I paid $300 for it. It was the last one they had in the store on a discontinued model on a floor display. I offered them $300, and they said, yeah. That's how I buy computers. So when I can get a System 76 computer that doesn't cost me $1,000 for what I can get at the local store on the clearance rack for, $300, yeah, I'll buy one. But I'm not going to spend a lot of extra money just because it's a Linux, PC company. I'd encourage that, but at the same time, I'm not made of money, and I have to be very careful with the resources I have, and I think it's bad stewardship to spend a ton of extra money just because they prepackage it with Linux. I mean, installing Linux distro on a computer that came with Windows is not exactly a hard task. So that's kind of... Now, it might get harder down the road, for sure, but still, it's... I like and support what the company does. I wish them the best. But as it stands right now, their computers are too expensive for me. Even on sale, I'm even looking at their sale prices, it's like, okay, those are too expensive. So that's why I don't. If I were made of money, I probably would to support the company, but I'm not, so. If you manage to get a Brother all-in-one to scan. I haven't tried simply because I have an Epson scanner here that works perfectly without anything. Allegedly, if you just go onto the Brother website, download the Linux drivers, it should work. Have you tried that? Thanks, YouTube. You did it again. All right. Okay, the Budgie Desktop environment. Yep. HP is BS. They're always attempting to market the rest of their product line. Yep. See you later, Sudo. Brother printers. Yep. Yeah, I love Brother printers. Windows 98 is defective. Not all HP. I experienced the same. System 76 is overpriced. I agree. Hard to get done because we're both busy, and the wife and I have 3 sons, and my grandfather's an 81-year-old with a full-time job. Wow. Trying to find CJ Cybercat girlfriend, but she does not want to come out of under the bed. All right, CJ, you're gonna miss out on your girlfriend. Would you recommend Gecko or Leap to a beginner? No. Well, it depends. I mean, if you're a computer expert already and you're looking to get into Linux, then probably. But if you're kind of like a computer novice, a typical computer looking to move over to Linux, I would not recommend it. It's just has a little bit higher learning curve than a lot of the package managers and other computers, and I think someone could get lost in there pretty easy. So I'm not sure I would recommend it to a new user necessarily. I don't have experience with System 76 desktop machines, but the laptops definitely work it. Finding a laptop that works perfectly with Linux is such a pain. I don't know. All the laptops I have work perfectly. And I'll let you know how this new laptop we just picked up works once I get everything on there. Hello, Lucas from Brazil. Those 2 printers, all-in-ones have been Brother, and they've been great. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at let's go back over to the Gecko and see if there's anything else we want to do over here. I think we've covered the Budgie. We've covered a little bit of the customization. I think we've covered software. We got Clementine to work. I'm not sure, actually, there's much else we need to do on the system. You know, it installed pretty nicely. A very easy installer. Of course, this uses the Calamari installer like OpenSUSE. Is it Calamari? I think it's whatever. It's something like that. Whatever it happens to be. Out of the box, seems pretty good. This version seems a little buggy. And so what I can say is this is the Leap, or excuse me, like the Tumbleweed version, the rolling release, which in theory is supposed to be more up to date, but it has old software. In fact, let's go ahead and look at the LibreOffice software suite, in fact. Well, it's LibreOffice 5. That's good news. 5.3. So it looks like on this release... Oh, wait. Let me pull that back up. That didn't seem right. It looks like on this particular release, there's a lot of old software. So if you're looking for newer software, this is probably not one you want to do. Also, look at these icons up here. Yeah, I can't exactly read any of the icons up here. This might be changeable if we move around the themes. We might be able to fix that. Let me see. Cursor theme, icon theme. Let's go ahead and launch up the. I'm gonna go ahead and launch up the tweak tool. See if I can get theming over here working. Well, there's really not a lot of options on my themes at this point. So, yeah, I'm seeing multiple problems. a little bit buggy, older software, and you'll see that if you hover over these, you can kind of see what it is. But yeah, good luck seeing any of these. Now you can actually go into, I believe, your options, and you can actually change your global theme for LibreOffice. I can't remember off the top of my head how to actually do that, but you can change your overall theming and install a different theme. So that's one option for this. But I am seeing a lot of out-of-the-box problems between a little buggy, old versions of everything. I'm not sure I'd recommend this at this point in time. I think that there's too many unknowns in it at this point. So yeah, there's kind of my take. So overall, I think Gecko's not too bad. It's OpenSUSE with a lot of the extra proprietary stuff, but I'm kind of holding out on this version at least because this is brand new and it's really old software. That's my final take home. I don't know. So take that for what it is. I don't hate the distro. I think it's pretty good. I'm just wondering why everything's so old in there. All right. We'll wrap up with some comments and then call it a night. And I didn't save where I was in the comments. How is the cat? The cat is doing good. Kitty, how are you? You good, Kitty? All right, Kitty's doing good. Wish Debian was rolling. What distro developed Budgie GUI? Solus, I believe. She looks like a bug in LibreOffice that causes the default icon theme to be set incorrectly. You set the theme inside of LibreOffice settings. Yeah, it's down there somewhere. Thanks, Run with the Dolphin. And so yeah, it is in there. I can't remember where it is, and it looks like the themes are there. You know, it looks like it's setting itself for the dark theme, but putting itself on the light background. It looks like that's what it looks like. Because I know when I've run this before on a darker theme, I've actually had that exact theme running. So it looks like it's just running the incorrect theme with it. So yeah, I'd have to look into that. That'd be something we'd need to fix. Many problems with previews and thumbnails. Trenzado HP runs great. Yeah, I've not had a problem with their hardware. I've just had a problem with their support staff. And once their support staff doesn't work, I don't know. Distro developed GNOME. I think GNOME is a standalone project. The purr is strong with that one. Yes, it is. Come here. Purr for the people. Purring for the people. Purring for the people. Fat Elvis, greetings. After Windows, learning Linux was an inverted bell curve. All right, well, I think that gets to the bottom of that. Let's go ahead and end this thing right by feeding the kitty. Oh, yeah, kitty. Oh, yeah. Off my desk. Get off my desk, buddy. You gotta stay off my desk. There you go. Back paws off the desk. Okay, ready? Set. Well, we gotta do one for the camera now. This way for the camera. Oh, there you go. And one more for you. All right. Are the finger looking good? Are the finger looking good? I think he doesn't like my fingers right now. I think I have a little bit of gasoline on my fingers from working on stuff earlier today. So anyway. All right, folks. Have yourselves a good one. Tomorrow, 9:00 p.m., I will be doing a live stream on the Christian channel and then back for the news, 9 o'clock Friday, for the news over here. So thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.